Okay, we are now beginning with the very first stage, and that is organizational birth. So let's think, where does it all start? And it starts with people, and these people who are behind the organizational birth are called the entrepreneurs. So, entrepreneurs. And how we should define this? What is so special about being an entrepreneur is that you recognize and take an advantage. So you recognize and take take the advantage. So take advantage, and now comes the very important word of opportunities. So of opportunities, because that's what actually makes the difference between the employee and the one who takes the responsibility. Here is also the notion of responsibility. So we don't just take the advantage, but the responsibility, because we are going to employ some other people, so we are responsible for them. So responsibility. Okay, and if we continue with the organizational birth, how does it actually look? It is said to be a dangerous stage. So organizational birth, it's a dangerous state. So dangerous state, and from all the stages, here is the highest probability to fail to fail. And now we are getting to third notion, and maybe it's the most interesting one, and it is the liability of newness. So we have liability of newness, newness. And this is said that those are the dangers associated with being the first in a new environment. So you can see, as we said, it's a dangerous. So these are the actual dangers associated with being the first. So dangers associated with being the first, with being, and now important word, the first. First. And we can directly move to the first mover advantage. I think it's very intuitive phrase. So first mover advantage, so that there is always some place in the market, but maybe most of the players who are currently there are not really willing to take the risk, because as we said, it's dangerous. But we can be the first one, and we are going to have, thanks to that, the advantage of maybe some new contacts. So let's try to write down a little bit of how the actual process. We have now defined the theory. We have entrepreneurs who are starting the company. We know that organizational birth is risky, and that there is some liability of newness, which are the dangers associated with being the first. So let's try to develop a business plan. So business plan, business plan. So at first we told ourselves we need some business idea. Okay, so here is business idea, where we defined this our opportunity, and we say, okay, we have recognized this and we really think it's a good idea. So now we are moving on, and we'll say, okay, at the second place, how can I use this advantage? Well, I can use it to sell it or to earn money on it. So I will define my market. So define your market or customers. And when you have already done this, now we are going to do an analysis of how risky it is. You can see I'm following this, what I wrote before, that at first we have recognized something, then we have defined the market, and now there are some dangers. So I will need to analyze this. So analyze. And I'm gonna do it, or the most well known is the SWOT analysis. So SWOT. And I will bring an extra video about this SWOT analysis, but you can understand it as identifying of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you look inside of your, not maybe already existing company, but you can say, okay, I'm going to have these strengths and these weaknesses, so that is going to be inside of my company, and then what's outside there in the market, what are the opportunities and what are the threats. When we have already done this analysis, um, we try to decide, okay, are we really able to earn money on this, or is it really appropriate to go for it? So we say if the idea is feasible. So if feasible, feasible, and it especially cares about the opportunity, not about the idea. It's about the opportunity that is out there. And finally, we can move to the last stage, which is the most hardworking one, also from my experience, and it is the actual writing of a business plan. So prepare, prepare a business plan. And I'm going to bring extra videos and a whole section of how to write a business plan. But for now, you should just remember that we are listing a lot of things: our mission, goals, our financial objectives, and I think this was quite a brief introduction into how the company will be made and what are the risks behind. So hopefully, see you in next video.